Did you know that the Fed raised key interest rates this past week? But did you also know there was minimal effect to mortgage rates? Yes, lots of good information to cover. Thank you again for tuning in to get those updates. What we saw this past week is the Fed take a huge swipe at inflation, raising key interest rates. They extend to the banks by 0.75% or 75 basis points. Well, how did the market react? They actually baked in these rates. Back in June, naturally, of course, when the biggest increase took place, we saw interest rates reach heights close to 6.25%. They're well above 6%. And since then, we've seen a steady retreat down, cresting right at about on average 5.25, 5.125. Folks, as I've been saying the past few weeks, the volume in this system is down. I'll put a graphic up there, an article that'll show you that the volume is down. We all know that. When rates were down in the threes, everyone wanted to buy a home. Now rates are actually at a normal level. Again, they are at a normal level. Previous to COVID, we were already working in the 5-6% level. Of course, for some time, we've been in the 2s and 3s. So the minute we increased to the 5-6% level, a lot of folks thought naturally that the roll was coming to an end. No, it wasn't coming to an end. It just became a little bit more expensive. What's great is right now we're finding a good balance, a great balance. Folks, again, lenders, they're not seeing the same amount of volume. They know the Fed is after inflation, and so they're working internally to be able to provide cost-effective products, lower margins, more creative, streamlining their business, tightening things up so that they can get through this period and back to a place of normalcy. What does that mean for you? It means this is a great time. On average, as I mentioned earlier, I'll put the graphic up there, rates are looking very good. It was a little bit higher last week, I think 5.25. Ended, of course, this past week right about 5.125, as I mentioned. And so as you can see, rates are trending in a great direction. Does this mean that rates may not go up in the future? No, not necessarily. Again, they're looking at key indicators, consumer price index, inflationary numbers that they'll review again next month. And so there's always a chance that rates could retreat back up to that 6% level or higher. So again, why wait? The time is now. If you have any questions, if you need to get pre-approved, if you want to know what you would qualify for or what we can help you with, or what type of first-time homebuyer programs that we can provide for you, my contact information is right there. Give me a call, shoot me a message, send me an email. A lot of folks stop me everywhere I go. I love connecting with people, and I would love to connect with you. Give me a call. Let's talk today. And so with this action the Fed is undertaking, we are seeing the results that all of us have been looking for. And that is, well, at least in the home market, we're seeing prices start to crest and make its way more towards a balance. In fact, I'm going to put a chart up here for you to review. I pull a lot of my charts, of course, from appraiser extraordinaire Ryan Lundquist. I always mention him. You can always visit his site. His information is right there. So what you're seeing, look right now at the chart that I have here. Monthly median price in the region, the Sacramento region. Of course, I'm speaking specifically here to the area I live in. But again, you can duplicate this throughout the country with varying degrees. And you're seeing right now, you're seeing prices start to even or flatten out. The past few years, we've been experiencing year over year, double-digit valuation increase, and not in the low teens, 20%, 19%. Unsustainable for communities, for those trying to move around, and we need natural movement. And so today, we're seeing numbers come down, and we're looking at averages closer to 13, 14, 50%, and eventually getting to that soft spot in the low teens or the high single digits. That is the goal the Fed is looking to undertake. That's something that's very helpful for the market. It'll allow average Americans, everyday Americans, you, me, all of us, to buy homes in different areas and not have to compete against those folks flush with cash, tech cash, whatever have you. And where we're going to see a lot of the effect with these interest rates will be in our daily use, consumer use. Credit cards, of course, the rates are going to go up there. and make your minimum payment a little bit higher. The cost to borrow a loan for a car, things of that nature, that's definitely going to have a direct effect. And so right now, again, as I mentioned, the time to buy a home is now, with rates hovering right above 5%, a great time, right at pre-pandemic levels. Again, we're getting back to normalcy. I love it. I'm seeing more open houses out there in the market. We're seeing our buyers have the opportunity to negotiate with their sellers. This is what you want. That market where the seller can just sneeze, throw a home, a shack up there and get 100,000 over. That market is gone. We are now in a healthy market, and we're all excited about its return. A healthy market brings a great level of inventory, a good level of inventory for folks to choose from. Here, take a look at this chart here. What you'll see, of course, back when the Fed initiated their first rate increase in March, if you take a look, February, January, February, beginning of the year, we were below 1 month of inventory. It was extremely, extremely low. Now we're sitting above 2.5 months, right about 2.5 months of inventory here in the region. And again, that can be duplicated across the country. A healthier market. Anytime we're in 3-4%, even 2.5%, we are in more of an even market. And we need an even market so that we can get a lot more movement and that we can have more healthy returns for everyone. So this is a great time. Lots of inventory out there, folks, and lots of price drops. Take a look at this chart here. Just about half of the homes in the greater region is experiencing a price drop. So what does this mean? It means really that agents aren't talking to their sellers about where the market is and where it's going. And what does that mean for you? You can take advantage of that. If you have a skilled agent, we know lots of skilled agents, they are able to negotiate closing costs for buyers, price reductions for buyers, a combination of price reductions and closing costs. If you're not seeing that with the realtor you're working with, or in the area that you're working with, reach out to me. I have great folks in every area, again, because we do loans all across the country here at American Financial Network. Every state, all 50 states, we can do loans. And so I have partners all throughout the country. Reach out to me. I would love to connect with you and then connect you with someone who can help you get your offer accepted well below the market and with all considerations that will make your purchase a great economical purchase. Folks, this market presents opportunity, lots of great opportunity. Talking to folks out there, a lot of folks on the sideline afraid of what's to come. Folks think that prices are going to go drop to a bottom. That's not going to happen. And so again, people are actively searching for homes. This is a great time. And no, we are not looking at levels of 2008 where we are going to have homes pennies on a dollar, 50 cents on a dollar. Remember, folks, that was a different market. That was runaway lending. There were, I'll tell you, it's just amazing. The rules that we have today weren't in place in 2008. There's a lot more things that we have to go through, a lot more we have to cover to get your loan through. And so we are not going to see those levels that we did back in 2008. This is your time. Get out there and buy your home. It's a great time to buy. If you have any questions, reach out to me. My contact information is right there. I'd love to help you in any way I can. All right, folks, as I love to do at the conclusion of these videos is leave you with something inspiring to take into your weekend and into the upcoming week. I love this one. I'll read it to you. Miracles start to happen when you give as much energy to your dreams as you do to your fears. Oh, that is great stuff. I tell you, a lot of times when things don't go the way we planned or we had in our minds, we start, of course, to operate in fear, and we generally, because of our mindset, we go to the negative. We fill in the blanks with things that, even though they're not happening, we fill in the blanks with the negative things that are happening, and then we wonder why they happen. Well, the reality is that we brought that to us. We've attracted this to us. That same energy that we could use for faith, that we could use knowing that something can happen for us. Instead, we've given that energy to our fears and our challenges. And that basically the heavens say, okay, here's what you want. We'll give you more of it. So I encourage you today, stop living in fear. I know it's tough. And so the way to stop living in fear, there's many ways naturally. Pick up some books to read about how to plant yourself and ground yourself, but mainly get out in nature. We are from nature. Get out there in nature, walk around, appreciate what's there. It all starts with gratitude. Give gratitude for what you have. Give gratitude for getting up that day, the next day, for the bed you're sleeping in, for the house you're living in, for everything that you have. And that gratitude will continue to build up more energy, great energy inside of you, and make you stronger inside. And that way the fear can subside. I'll tell you, if you put your energy into what could happen, no matter what you see around you, if you put your energy into what can happen, trust me, it will show up for you. Thank you again for tuning in to The Market Update. I'm your host, Larry McCain with American Financial Network. Folks, continue to pray for the world, pray for Ukraine, pray for Russia, pray for our country. Lots of things going on. Pray for peace. Pray for peace. We all need peace. Pray for togetherness, for love. In fact, the more love we have, the less fear we would have, the less problems we would have, and we would have a more harmonious community. Again, thank you again for tuning in, folks. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.